Yo, man, I had some technical difficulties. Can y'all hear me? Oh, Jeezy, what it do? Hey, it's coming. Hey, it's coming, OG. Hey, man, quit playing. Yo, it's coming, dog. Like, by the end of the month, it's going to be up. I'm waiting on Lefty to come in here. Let me see. I'm going to bring you up, OG, real quick. Before Lefty get ahead. What's good? Don't be scared. You must be in bed or something.
Yo,
What it do?
going on with the big head hat on?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the big giant.
Okay, then. Okay, what's going on?
Man, not much, man. We was gonna go live on YouTube, but man, YouTube got so many stipulations. Like I'm on my Vibe board, so once we start the stream, I can sit down and just chop it up. But on YouTube, in order for somebody else to come on, you got to go on your phone. So that was out. And then we tried to do it from my phone when I was sitting down, and they didn't want to go. I said, "Fuck it, let's just go up in the community and like we planned to do." I was gonna use it for marketing since we ain't launched yet, but we can still up it up back. You know what I'm saying? So what's been going on while we're waiting on Left to get in here?
Do what?
I said, "What you been having going on?"
Another day I say I missed the meeting today. I was at church earlier. When I got back out,
amen.
I was all gone.
that one changed, man. What you learn at church, man?
Hey, but I when it was offering time, I ain't waiting around for them to shut the doors on me now.
Oh yeah, hey, when he said close them doors.
Yeah. I got out before they closed the doors.
Yeah. Well, what we got for next week that's pertinent. We got to stay on Julio.
You got low on me. I can't hear you.
I said, what we got up for next week?
Next week I take the test Tuesday. Monday is raining, but I'm gonna get with the contract. See, they will still come out. They probably won't. It's raining. They finish their framing. Wednesday I got a dumpster coming for. I talked to Ricky Harper. I got to drop one of his dumpsters off Wednesday at the White House. And go and try to get that cleaned out and get what's the name? Julio them come on up.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good because we moving today. We got like 4 couches that we're gonna put in the house, and shit, we gotta get it up there. So that's good. When you think that the house be cleaned out? When you think?
I say put the same day if we go. Long as he drop the dumpster off at a time that done like early morning, we can get it out of that. They had the people there come right behind us clean up while we throwing everything out. They come behind cleaning up. So it could be the house should be ready to go. I say she'll be Wednesday. I should be ready to go Wednesday.
Oh yeah, no, that's what's up. How they looking on the frame? And I see them on the cameras on the Cali.
Yeah, I started. I was just gonna put it in here when you wanted me to go live. When I took the last little video because it's raining up here now, but I took the last little video last night. They got all 4 of them down low, framed up the box. They got the fiberglass wall up on all sides. Man, hopefully, man, by Wednesday we should be going up on 2nd floor.
That's good news. We need some good news. We
got
some
so
good
much bad. It's always good to have they say little wars.
Right.
We win little battles to fight the bigger war.
Yeah, small wins.
Yeah.
I'm about to send Left this link.
Okay. And I sent the guy, was it Cox. I think it's Cox Concrete. He do an excavation. I talked with them, and they gonna come over there about the way I met. That's that picture you sent me. I met with him out. He should have me a quote on that. They gonna get that swell done, so grounds can come on back out and do they work.
Okay.
So we got a lot of little moving parts going on this week, even though it's rain. I think it's supposed to rain Monday, tomorrow too, and again Thursday. I want to say I looked at it.
A word.
Yeah. What's up with Trevor? Did you get back with Trevor about that structure?
Yeah, I did. I got with Trevor.
Trevor
didn't hit me back.
Email and CC me on me, but
yeah,
I met with
Trevor, and well, no, I didn't meet with Trevor. I emailed Trevor on Friday. He ain't hit me back. But Joe Parks responded back. The civil engineer responded back, and he said he got a temporary solution if that concrete structure not out there. So basically, I was gonna wait till Trevor say so. I was gonna follow up Trevor first thing Monday morning, and if the concrete structure not on the way, which is supposed to be, I mean, we've been dealing with this for at least 2 months now. He said he got a temporary solution that we can use so we don't get hung up.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so Joe Parks, he responded yesterday.
Gotcha. I gotta go back through and check them then. Unless he just replied to you instead of reply to all, because I don't remember seeing that from him.
Yeah, he probably just replied to me. I hate when they do that. What else we got? Man, he coming to the live. Carl, what up, boy? What's going on? Let me see what the chat. I ain't even been on the chat. Oh, nobody talking nothing in the chat. Get the chat jumping. That emoji for OG. You can see the chat, OG. No, I was just messing with you. I put an emoji in the chat. You said you went to church today.
I see it. Oh yeah, man. You know.
Oh, here we go. All right. You invited. I'm gonna send you back down, OG.
Okay.
Unless you want to be on. You want to be on?
No. I'm looking at the camera just went off. I'm on her looking at the camera now. It just went off.
Yeah. Hey. Send them through.
Right.
Hey, man, OG, we got the cameras right, so we be getting alerted when anybody walk past. But a lot of times it'd be tree branches, and then like it got a counter on there too, so you could tell if it's somebody else watching the cameras with you. Every time I get on there, be 2 people. We be on there moving the camera, trying to see if somebody on the site.
Hey, so that's what you do when you get a real GC. You know, you got the GC, you got the security, and all that's in one. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure the job.
All of it
right.
one.
Right.
Yeah, hey, that wood costs too much, boy. They better get away from that wood.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
I'm gonna finish checking stuff out. But I'm on here.
I bet. All right. Come on, left. I done invited both your profiles. There we go.
Finally.
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 What's going on, man?
Yeah. Ain't nothing, man. Chilling.
Hey, let's jump right into it. So let me give you a little brief introduction, and then I'll let you kind of introduce yourself.
Okay.
So Stanley, we call him Lefty. Lefty was like I used to be a realtor, and he's one of my first clients. You know, he was buying rental properties and stuff like that. And then one day he came to me and said he had a lot that he wanted to buy, and you know, It was over there on the south side, South Fulton. It was a good price, $70,000 compared to what the houses was around there. The houses around it were like 6, 7, 800,000, right?
Yeah, mansions.
Yeah, so he was like, I'm gonna build a multi-million-dollar mansion right here. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And like, fast forward 2 years, man, it's thriving. They shoot movies there, they shoot videos there, baby showers, like celebrity baby showers, like stuff like Deion Sanders' daughter was there recently.
Yeah.
Man, it just
Porsche shot a commercial.
Who did?
Porsche
commercial. So yeah, see, I didn't do you no justice, man. You gotta go ahead. I'm gonna give you the floor. Go ahead and introduce yourself and talk.
All right, how you doing? How you doing, everybody? Hey, I'm Lefty. Real name Stanley Geneus. So yeah, I know Rashad like for years. Like I said, when he started off in real estate, he was one of my first people in Georgia to help me, secure, a few properties, investment properties, and things like that. So just to start off, I have a background in construction, a little bit of architecture, a little bit of everything regarding real estate and construction. So I'm real big into like modern homes. Like I have a traditional Georgia home in McDonough, and I just got tired of it. I was like, I love looking at like Miami properties, California properties, and things like that. So I'm like, I want to do something different and do like a Miami style or Cali style modern property. So during COVID, which was, a time where everybody, was just at home sitting, I was looking at land and I came across this 2-acre land during COVID. I've been sitting for so long, and I kept going like to Atlanta and driving around, looking at the property, looking at the site. It was clear, nothing wrong with it. In between 2 mansions, I'm like, why is nobody like, purchasing it? So that's one thing. Like just because a property is sitting on the market for so long, I had a vision for it. Doesn't mean there's something wrong with it. It's just what do you see that can be built there? So over due time, I said, okay, I'm going for it. It was 70,000. I got with Rashad. I call him Booby.
That's my nickname, by the way.
I got with Rashad. I was like, yo, I want to purchase this land, be my realtor. And then I started doing research. Like, it was 70,000. So I didn't have 70,000 at the time, but I had, enough for a down payment. So I started researching land loans in Georgia, and there's several different banks I found out that give land loans. So, and that's 20% down. It's like for 10 years until you decide what you want to do with it. So with that process, I was able to purchase through a land loan through Delta Community Credit Union. One of the credit unions had land loans. So I was able to purchase it with 20% down. And that began my process of, I was trying to build on it. So I went to go look for like a architect, because I had this vision of this event house. First of all, everything started because I just had a daughter. My daughter was just born in like 2018. Her name is Serenity. So that's how I named everything after her, and decided with this modern vision after her. So I was like, I'm gonna do an event house. I'm gonna do like a luxury high-end Airbnb until she gets older and she can do whatever she wants with it. But in the meanwhile, it's gonna make money. It's gonna make money. I'm gonna shoot video shoots, movies. I'm gonna make this a high-end luxury Miami style property. And then after going through like looking at different architects, I found an architect, and then I also found my builder, Dennis. I stayed at one of his Airbnbs in Atlanta, and then during my 40th birthday, and then I told him that I'm gonna do something in South Fulton and build an event house. first he didn't believe my like in College Park. He's like, what? It was like, what? I was like, yo, this is it. This is it. He didn't see it until he went to go visit it with me, and then he was like, wow. He was like, how you find this land like in this like everybody thinks College Park is all like hood and this and that, and it's the ghetto, but no, there's places in College Park where there's high luxury, high real estate homes. So that's the kind of area that I'm in. Like Cam Newton lives not far from there. So South Fulton has a lot of nice College Park areas that has, very expensive homes, and, everything's all black, and that I think South Fulton's like 95 and 98% black. So it's still, high end, high income areas around there. So just cut it short. Yeah. So I got him to help me design it. And then, we imported a lot of stuff. We imported a lot of stuff to save costs. I went over budget because I had a lot of I started searching on Instagram and started going crazy. So
how you go out of budget, and what did you do? Like, you just kept going, or was like,
I kept first let's see, to get the construction loan, right? So this is also the process, right? So once I purchased the land, I secured my GC, right? At the time, I was in Boston, and I was able to do a flip, right? I was able to do a flip on a home, and so that $50,000 that I owed after giving like 20% down for the land, I was able to pay for the land. I was able to basically purchase the land outright, like completely pay it off. I was able to completely pay the land off, right? So once I paid the land off completely, and so I didn't have no more mortgage on it, I began to look for at the same time, I looked for my GC, which was Dennis, and then I presented a floor plan. I found a small bank. There's a small bank in Georgia that does new construction home loans. So, which was a plus. So small banks are always good because I felt like they work better with you than a big, large, I don't know, like a big SunTrust or this little small bank in Georgia called United Community Bank. They're based in Georgia. They do new construction loans. And I felt like they were more like working with me. They was more intimate with me, personal with me with the loan. So after I presented them with the plans and the land, and we got approved for it, I didn't even have to put a down payment on the construction loan because
so you had to put hold on. What kind of terms was those where you didn't have to put a down payment down? You got 100% construction loan to build a $2.5 million mansion?
Yes, I
did. With no experience previously outside of buying houses and flips. Because
no experience previously.
What a lot of people don't understand is when you go to these lenders, you could have did 1,000 flips. You try to build one house, they say, oh, you don't got any new construction experience. And you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it's always red tape. So for you to find 100% construction loan and they weren't tripping on experience, like I'm interested to hear what's next.
Yeah, so United Community Bank, I had set this like this was going to be my primary residence. So during COVID, when everybody was working from home and I'm living here in Massachusetts, I just got my employer to say, hey, I could work from anywhere in the United States.
I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah. So they was like, hey, you're right. Everybody's working from home right now. So, so I had it set up where this was gonna be my main place. This was gonna be my primary residence. So, everything falls into, it was all God given, but that was kind of lucky for it to happen like that, So that's how that played out. So I set it up like it was like I was gonna live there.
Yeah,
You know?
at least COVID was good for something. It got you, you can work from
Yeah,
anywhere now. It's a little
yeah, it
loophole.
got me. Yeah,
It's like
no,
a
COVID did a
primary
lot. I'm gonna tell you several different ways as we go along of how COVID helped me build this estate. But after giving so I didn't have to give I didn't have to give no money down because they used the land as collateral. So the land was actually worth a hundred and something. So when they appraised it, it was 100, and I owned it outright. So they used the land as collateral as a down payment for my construction loan. So my
Mhm.
construction loan was about $1 million, close to $1 million. So they used like 10% of that for as a down payment. So the land was perfect. So I didn't have to put anything down. And then I was able to work with Dennis and create our draw schedule and things like that with the bank to build it out. Now I
No,
only
that's
had $1 million. I only had $1 million for construction. Like I said, as things went along, and then as things started coming along, I wanted to make it unique. I just started pulling equity out of my other properties to make it a 1.3 million dollar property.
yeah. No, that's
Yeah,
smart.
yeah,
That's smart. I mean, he had assets. He went over budget. He's pulled money from because of what y'all don't know that I know, and I'll let him get to this. Is when you finish the house, we got to jump there yet, but we could get into what it appraised for first, what you
mhm.
had in it. So it was worth it to pull that money from those different properties in order to make it happen, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and also working with a small bank. They helped me. There was because during COVID, the material was taking so long. GC was getting taken long, so they was able. I was only given a year to build the home. It took a little bit longer than that, but because the bank I was working with such a small bank that was so personal with me, that I've got extended like 2 or 3 times until it was done, which was great because at the time I had locked in a 2.5 interest rate on a multi-million dollar house. So
So
which was
now
important
that's
to
crazy.
stay.
So you got a 2.5 interest rate on that. I think
Yeah.
we talked about that. We talked about that one time because we was like, we was like, yo, why don't you refinance it? Like, I can't refinance. I got 2% repeat. Like that would be crazy.
That'll be
So
crazy.
that's
I'll never
crazy.
see that in my lifetime. So yeah,
Yeah,
I refuse to refinance out of this loan
yeah.
because it keeps the overhead costs down. Paying a $3,000 mortgage is nothing for that type of
But
house.
look,
So
that's the key, right? That's the key. But like when we see how interest rates work at 2.5% on a house that appraised for 2.5 million, you probably getting that on what the loan is, not what it's appraised for. But so
yeah,
a $3,000 a month note at 2.5%. If it was at 6%, what the regular rates was, like that would be
yeah,
$6,000 a month.
yeah,
It would be
which would be
double,
crazy. Which would be
which will make
crazy.
it no deal. The numbers won't work at that point, right?
Yeah, it won't work at all. It won't work at all. It wouldn't even make sense to do it. It'd be so much overhead, it just
Right.
wouldn't work out. But
Yeah. So
uh,
no, that's dope. I wouldn't refinance at that 2.5 rate either. I just
yeah,
get lines of credit, like whatever else, anything but
whatever else.
refinance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's been exactly a year since I did a grand opening
Uh-huh.
and turned it into a short-term rental. It's been doing great. Like I said, it's been celebrities, events, like you can name it. It's been flooded in. I think in the 8 months last year, it made almost 300,000 in revenue.
The property generated 300,000.
Yeah, about 250, closer to 250
Yeah.
from March to December.
Oh
So now we
wow.
got a full year under the belt. So we're hoping to hit more numbers than that right now. So it's
Nah,
doing
that's
good though.
that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, right? 'Cause we got a lot of people who are getting ready to start their first development or aspiring developers
Mhm.
in this community. What gave you the courage to be able to want to build a $2.5 million mansion on your first build? What gave you the courage to take that step? Because I see a lot of people, they're scared to make mistakes. They feel like they got to have all the answers, but I'm going to tell you, you will never have all the answers,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
kind of
it's
tell what was
definitely
your
was.
mindset.
Yeah, it was definitely just my vision. What second thing, I had a good mentor. Like my builder was my mentor at the same time. It was like, he was watching going to his properties and being a shadow of him as we build, was a key to like, oh yeah, I can definitely do this. Now I can feel like I can do it on myself, but I had
Right.
definitely, he was definitely important in helping the learning curve for me. And that's always good. The knowledge is always great. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
shout out to Dennis too. I got Dennis in this group too.
yeah,
I be hitting Dennis up because Dennis really was the materials plug. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
kind of was the knowledge, man, and
yeah.
definitely dope that he was able to shadow him. And that's one of the key things. Like if you're able to shadow somebody, you'll get the confidence because you're right there on site. Some people it's different type of learners out there. You got visual people. If they can hear it, they'll know it. And some people like me, I gotta touch it, feel it, and see it, and be there. Everybody learns differently. So no, that's dope. What you got in that cup? You can't see mine. I got the decanter right there.
Just enjoying the Sunday at the same time. Got the games on.
Yeah. Yes. So let me ask
Yeah.
you this. So what would you tell an aspiring developer starting out? Like what advice would you give them?
What advice do I give them? I would say one, go for it. If you feel it in your gut and you feel the the location, mainly, location is big. Location is probably one of the biggest things, you know what I mean? If you feel the location and you feel, and you see what you're trying to do, I would say go for it. Don't let nothing stop your vision from happening. You know what I mean? Also try to always like I say, knowledge is always good. Talk to somebody with experience like you, Rashad, YouTube, steadily go to those, forms of obtaining the knowledge to try to help where your errors will be less. You know what I mean? Be very detailed, follow your numbers, right? Jot down everything as far as cost and things, everything you're spending. I kept a big spreadsheet of every little thing I bought, during the build out. So I can see, what I need to cut. I separated my wants and my needs. Like, if you're trying to make everything, if you're trying to make it profitable, separate your wants from your needs. Do your research on certain materials and things like that. It's all about cost savings, and still you still want to obtain that high end, that good quality visual, but try to get it at a good cost, which is important. You know what I mean? And stay on top of your GCs. You know what I mean? The GC could be taking forever. Just finding somebody that's dependable. Just micromanaging and things like that is important as well. Because time is money, and time is money in this game. Period.
Yeah, because look, if you wouldn't have paid that land off, them interest payments was coming in every month.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the interest rate would have. Those payments would have been steadily coming.
It's like a
Right.
locomotive. It ain't stopping.
Yeah.
Rain, sleet, or snow. Hey, it's raining. We can work this week. That payment coming on the first every time.
Yeah, nonstop.
So let me ask you this. So you decided to do short-term rentals with your mansion, right? How you like the short-term business, and what made why did you want that to be your exit strategy?
Yeah. The short-term rental was pretty well. It was my main thing because I know Airbnb. Everybody's gonna want to come in and basically enjoy the space. So that was my main thing. What's making it successful now is I have a great property. I found a great property manager where she is very hands-on, where I could just step back and she's handling everything. Phone calls, bookings, tours. I don't have to worry about she's handling maintenance. She's handling a lot of the stuff. I just come in here and there, but everything gets handled. So that's another plus. That's what's really been the plus. She puts it on all the platforms, she anything that happens with the property, she has the insurance, she got the deposits, she does everything for me. So that's a plus. I found somebody that has 8 properties, and she's everybody talks about her hospitality. So that makes my job, my work less even more easier now. So having a good team is important. It's hard to find. It's hard to find good honest people. Yeah, it's hard to find good honest people. And
it seems so simple. Like, don't be a crook, don't try to rob me. Like, just do what you gonna do. 90% of the people, they do that.
Yeah, there's not too many people out there. Yeah, there's not too many, good, hard, honest, dependable people. Now she's like my family. You know what I mean? So I can't see myself going anywhere else, because I think about, damn, if I lose her, am I gonna have somebody like this again? Like, possibly not. You know what I mean? Attentive to detail and things like that. No, so that's
what's next?
Huh?
What's next for Serenity Estates? What's next
for Serenity Estates is expanding. I'm looking to try to build a subdivision of modern homes in Georgia. I'm also looking here in Boston because Boston does not have modern homes like the type that are in Atlanta, in Cali, stuff like that. So they have. So I'm trying to break ground and be the pioneer up here and doing this type of build out, and at the same time I'm trying to build a modern community in Georgia. So going through loopholes.
I know that cost of living. That cost of living in Boston is crazy, man. What's an acre? About 500?
Yeah, but an acre in Boston, is like 2-3 million.
All right. I was trying to be funny, and I was still low. 2-3 million for an acre?
Yeah.
You got to build up then.
You got to build up. You got to build up. You got to build up in Boston. Like we do not have too much land. We don't have any land out here. It's either take something that's there and tear it down and build up. That's what they do.
Right. So now that's dope, man. We definitely gonna be following your progress with the development in Boston and what else we decided to do here in Atlanta. Let's see what else. When the next party? when can I go back to Serenity Estates?
Father's Day weekend. We and the guys, we throw a Father's Day event. I think
last year.
I think the April to the 20th. April 18th to the 20th. We got a little event for my other boy. That's down there, Corey. I'll plug you in. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's so many bookings and requests. Like, since the summer is coming up, it's ridiculous. Everybody wants to throw either a pool party, a 50th birthday, a wedding, a baby shower. It gets flooded because once that warm weather and the pool's available, it's one of the best. It's one of the hidden gems in Atlanta. I tell you that. It's definitely one of the hidden gems. I actually got Neo and his team are coming to do a seminar on Saturday. So,
that's dope.
Yeah.
You know what? I never thought about that. I gotta Serenity. I gotta do a seminar on Serenity. Dog.
Yeah, you gotta come do a seminar with us. Yeah, come do take this, in person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because look, I know our birthdays is close to each other. Because last year we had it was your birthday party. I was just there, but I acted like it was mine too.
right. That was a great time. We had a great time there. Yeah.
Good times, man.
Yeah. We'll have another one this year. It's annual now.
Oh yeah. It's our party.
It's ours now, right. It's post-pro Serenity, for real.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming on and dropping some gems and things like that, man. What can they find you, man? If they want to follow you, what can they find you online?
Oh yeah, they can find me at Serenity Estates _ATL on IG. And same thing on TikTok and Facebook, Serenity Estates _ATL. Yeah,
man. Like, I wish we could have had like his sizzle reel up here so y'all can actually see the inside of the house. Yeah. But if y'all go to his IG or his TikTok, you'll get to see it, man. I'm talking about top notch, immaculate. Like, he got Corvettes in the garage.
I found one of the best interior designers in Atlanta. Yeah, I found one of the best interior designers in Atlanta as well. So that was lucky too.
Yeah. Glass railing, bifold doors, the pool, the basketball court,
gym, garage, everything. Actually, when our kitchen was on a catalog, it was featured in our catalog for Postonosa, their high-end cabinetry, make out of Spain, and they was even on there. They highlighted Serenity Estates as well. And you'll see all that on my IG. You'll see all the commercials. You'll see Deion Sanders' daughter. You'll see everybody, all the celebrities that came. Jagged Edge just shot a music video a month ago there. Like, it's just, nonstop. Thank God, blessed.
No. Good. Being busy is good.
Yeah, being busy is good.
For sure. Yeah, no, man. Like I said, man, I appreciate you coming on. I'm gonna let you get back to core and the guys. Okay. I know how y'all get down.
yeah, Daddy Day.
Man, we moving today, so I just, I came up here to shoot this, and then I'm back rolling on my sleeves, trying to get this house moved. So, man, I'll see you. I appreciate you, and also Lefty's in the community too. So
shoot me. Any questions? Load them up on the community chat, and I'll shoot them to you.
Yeah, because this is what we're trying to create community economic. I'm trying to build a self-feeding ecosystem where everything feeds off each other. You got the developer. You got there's different types of developers. He's a developer as well. Whether you build in one house or 100 houses, you're a developer. We got the general contractors, we got transaction coordinators, we got Dennis is in here. He hadn't been active yet, but we hadn't launched yet. So we got builders with 20 plus years of experience of building these types of homes. Definitely, tap in with the community. We're gonna keep bringing you heat like this. We're gonna have guest speakers every month, and make sure y'all stay active. You only can get help if you open your mouth. So make sure you be interactive, answer the polls, answer the questions, and closed mouth don't get fed. But like I said, love, I appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you on the other side.
Okay. Appreciate it, everybody. Have a good night, everybody. All right.
I love you.
Later.
All right. Yep. How do I end this thing? I appreciate y'all coming on. We'll keep it going.